Hello, George.
Hi, Tony. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
Right, so obviously you knew what we were going to do today, first off.
Well, you're going to do PSD1, which is controls.
Right. So, you've obviously looked at the videos.
I have.
Good, well done. And you know that we're not going to do it here because this would be the car park at the test centre.
Mm-hmm.
So I will direct you to a suitable area. And you know what you're going to talk about on the way?
Yes, we're going to talk about steering on the way.
Right, okay. So, if you just turn the engine off for a minute. I've left it running to get clear the windows.
Mm.
Right, so so I've got in the car. And you can take it that my eyesight's been checked and my licence has been checked, so I don't even go there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go from there, and all I'll tell you is the word picture is that this is my first ever driving lesson.
Okay. Right, Tony. I'm George. I'll be instructing.
Hello, George.
Hi there again. I'll be instructing you.
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
You are.
Yeah.
Well, that's your first lesson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, have you done any part of your training, your theory test, perhaps? Are you working on that?
No, I haven't even looked at that yet. No.
Oh. Okay. Well, driving is it can be a pleasure once you pass the test.
Right.
But on the way there, there's some learning to do. Learn about how the car's managed and so on.
Right. So we won't.
But it should be.
I'll just move you along there a bit. Obviously, we don't spend too much time talking to you.
If you're nervous.
Yeah. Right.
If you're nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
Well, what I'll do then, Tony, you're a bit nervous.
You can always talk to me on the way.
Okay. Is on the way to the training ground, well, I'll just show you a bit about the steering.
Right.
Right. That might relax you a bit more.
All right. Yeah.
I'll show you how to steer and the sort of placing for your hands when you hold on.
Okay.
How to steer. It works. It'll work out quite easily, hopefully, for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the way there, just watch me.
Yeah.
And so that when we get there, you'll be able to, because we'll cover it again in the lesson. Further down in the lesson. Okay. So I've done my seatbelt already. Would you like to sort your seatbelt out under my direction?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. You need to secure yourself in the car. So no, at the other hand. So what you do is with your right hand, grab the buckle.
All right.
Right, and then pull the buckle over towards me, and with your left hand, just check. So let's do this one. So it's a mirror image. I'll put my left, and you put your right hand there.
Yeah, I've actually put a seatbelt on before.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. When you pull it and show me where you click it.
Oh, clicked in there.
Clicked in there. That's it. Well done. Make sure there are no twists in that belt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now as we drop.
It's a bit twisted, I'm afraid. Have I done something wrong?
Oh, make sure you're not twist. Yes, if you put your hand in
George.
there. Sorry, don't
Don't go there, yeah?
Don't go there. With your right hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Put your thumb under. Right, and roll it up towards there.
Mm.
Okay. Is it still twisted? Or has he cleared that? No, that looks fine. That's fine. Okay. Now on the way there.
Yeah, it's a bit fussy. It's a bit fussy where you bet it's twisted, isn't it?
It's a bit fussy, but of course the reason why I was going to go through it later, but the reason why we make sure it's not twisted is because if it is twisted, it could cut into you if you have to brake suddenly.
Oh, okay, right.
Right, and that could injure yourself. So we always make sure it's flat.
Right. Okay, so we're going to turn right out the parking bay and then right at the T-junction, please.
Right, before I start the engine, I'm going to ask you not to move your feet around because the dual controls down there.
Oh, right, I don't know what they were, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So you make sure you keep your feet still, keep your feet on the floor.
Okay.
And just don't even enjoy the scenery, just watch me as we go.
Okay, right.
Okay. So I'll switch on the engine now. I'd check, I think. Neutral.
So right out the parking bay and right at the T-junction.
Okay. I won't give you the direction, I'll just do a route, okay? We'll just drive. Now what shall I go as we leave? I've got my one hand on the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, one hand there. I'm going to leave now.
And turning right.
Right, okay. Drive along, it's fairly straight, so we have our hands at 10 to 2. Okay?
Alright.
That down. If we were to turn right, so we'd want to put this hand over here because we're going to pull the wheel down. We're going to turn left, we're going to pull that down there. So just watch me when we come to our turns. It's comfortable.
And we're going to turn left anyhow.
We're going to turn left here. As we turned.
And we're going to turn right, please, George.
Pull right. Turn right over here. There, we're going to pull down like that, follow through, so it's a pull push method, what do you call it, pull push.
No, so you're not allowed to cross your hands?
Not allowed to, you're not allowed to cross your hands in terms of it's unsafe. Cross your hands while you're doing anything but very, very slow movement of the car.
And my brother told me that he took his test 6 months ago and he crossed his hands, but because he didn't lose control of the vehicle, the examiner didn't say anything.
Well,
and we're going to turn right, please.
Turn right here. Mirror. Yeah. Now what shall we steer? I'll answer that shortly. Yeah.
And we're going to take the next road on the left, please. And George, if you find a safe, legal and convenient stopping place somewhere along this road,
okay,
it'll be a suitable road to do it. Yeah, I'd probably get it for it, yeah.
It's a bit busy here. Oh well, looks as though we'll be able to stop you on the left. Indicate there. No, we're gonna. I'll just stop here. Okay. Now, before you release that, we need to do it safely. Do you know that the buckle is quite dangerous and can hit you in the face because it's under a spring mechanism?
Right.
So you grab there. So you're quite right. You take that. So click and but hold the buckle. Okay, and then feed it through with your left hand. So.
Why is that important?
Well, that's important because. First of all, if you feed it into the mechanism, that it means it will go in untwisted. But mainly, is that the buckle is under control all the time, so it won't spring back and hit the window or hit you in the face. It's a much safer method.
Yeah. Because when I got out my brother's car the other day, I tripped over the seatbelt as I got out.
Indeed. So it's a good reason not to. And don't get out of the car. We'll just have a chat here first. Shall I deal with your question back there, which I didn't have time to answer?
All right.
Which is the crossing of the hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it's a very slow manoeuvre, one is allowed to cross hands. Someone who's already driving and has got that habit, yes, it can be passed, but it's a better way. It's a more efficient way of steering by big movements of the hands, and not crossing over hands.
All right, but I wouldn't fail my test for it.
You wouldn't fail your test for it, no.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Is that okay? Pin roll.
Yeah. I'm going to try and stay enrolled on this if I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's our drive. Any notice about the steering? Any question about the?
No, I think we should just move on because time's ticking away and you are against the clock.
Okay. So what we'll do now is don't actually get out yet, but I'll explain what we'll do. What we need to do is change seats.
Yeah.
So you've got to come in here. I've got to go over there.
All right.
Before you open the door, the way that you, because I need to instruct you, and you're going to be sitting here. So the way that you'd want to open the door is with your right hand. With your right hand, you can hold on to that.
Yeah.
Right hand, and your left hand. Put in the lever, but don't open the door yet. And you need to check in the mirror. Check in your side mirror.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no one on the pavement. Okay. And then you open like this, like that. You can open and wait for me on the curb when you get out the car. So would you like to pull that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on tight with your right hand. That's it. Okay. And close the door, nice and gently.
It's too late now, I'm already here.
Oh, okay. Don't move your feet, just keep your hands on your lap like that.
All right.
Okay? And I'll join you shortly. Okay, now, if you give me a moment, I'll just get my presenter.
Yeah, sorry, I should have closed the door out when I get out of the car, should I?
Yes, yeah. Yes, close the door.
Yeah, it's me being stupid, isn't it?
Well, it's you didn't know. So I should have told you to close the door because obviously I've got pedestrians coming by. They'd be affected and won't be able to get by if the door's open.
Yeah, I suppose a windy day, the wind could have taken the door open.
Windy day would take it open as well. I think that's why when you open the door you hold it nice and firmly so the wind doesn't take it.
You lost something, George?
It's in another car. My presenter.
I don't
I'm going to have to talk you through it.
Well, you haven't got it, George, so you might as well just keep still for a minute, yeah?
Yeah.
Otherwise it's going to drag onto your neck. Well over an hour, isn't it?
Right, Tony, so what I need to show you now is how to go through the drill, which will help you set up the car for you to drive. It's called a cockpit drill.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually called also setting yourself up to get on the move. So the cockpit drill, we can go through that. The first thing we do once we've got into the car is make sure all the doors are closed. So, and what we do there is we can use the mirrors to do that. Okay, so this is the first thing you need to do if you want to check them. We'd like to use the mirrors. We need to make sure the doors are closed, because obviously if we drive away with doors open, they might fly open and hit someone. Very dangerous. So if you check in the side mirror, on the left mirror here, if the door was open, you'd find a ledge between this door and the back door, and it will show up in the mirror. Okay, over there. And if you look through over there, if the door was open, you'd see a little ledge between your door and the back door. Do you see? Can you see a ledge
this
there?
door's sticking out a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what it looks like when the door is not closed.
Right.
Okay. This is what it looks like when it is closed.
Right.
Okay. So what I'd like you to do, don't do anything until I say, is you're going to close that door now. So you're going to put your left hand on this. No, the other way. Sorry, hook it the other way. Okay. And then with your right hand hook there, just release the mechanism and just pull it out. Let it go about 6 inches. So push the door. Check in the mirror. Check in the mirror. Make sure there's no one behind.
No, it's too late. I've already opened it.
All right. So open the door like this. Okay, 6 inches, and then pull it closed. That's it. Okay, now can you see a ledge there? Has it gone?
It's funny rattling sound.
Okay, we'll do that again. Just check the mirror. Make sure no one's.
Is the rattling sound telling me something?
It tells you it's probably open still, even though the ledge might be gone. So open it again, nice and carefully. 6 inches.
When you say carefully, do I?
Oh, yeah, well, like this, like that. And
I've got to open the door really slowly.
Got to open the door really slowly, yes.
Right.
Push it open. And now pull. Right, now, has the sound gone? The shifting sound when you lean on it? Oh, that's good. Okay, so make sure the doors are closed. That goes for the fifth door as well, the boot. That was closed when I walked by, but that's what we check.
Oh, I never checked that, did I?
No, you didn't check it. I checked it. I should have asked you to check it.
Yeah.
That's the boot. That's the fifth door.
I think neither of us checked it, really, didn't we?
Hmm?
Neither of us checked it. I didn't check it. You didn't check it, did
Well,
you?
not probably, but I did check. I did have a look, and it was actually closed.
All right.
Yeah. But no, we didn't check it together. We should have checked it together. So the doors are closed. Now you make sure the handbrake is on. Don't touch it. If you the handbrake there, that button is the button that releases the handbrake to move up and down. When it's up, the brake is on. When it's down, the brake is off. Yes, you release. So what I'd like you to do is put my foot on the brake here. I'll stop the car from moving. I'll put the foot on the brake. Like with your left hand, we'd like to hold that the brake and put the thumb on the button, but don't squeeze it. Okay, that is the way that I showed you earlier when I was just leaving the test centre.
I wasn't watching it, sorry.
Okay. Well, this is the way now. So I've got my foot on the brake here. You can, when to release it, you push the button in and lift the handle a bit.
Oh, good.
Okay, lift the handle a bit, then push the button. Now push the button in.
Yeah, see it?
Okay, and then really push the handle down gently, all the way down. That's it. That'll be off. Does it go down anymore?
No.
Okay, so the brake is off. Now you can lift it. To lift it, hold that brake handle and push the button and lift it all the way up, and release the button. Okay, now hold it again and pull it a bit more. Okay. Right, so the hand is now on.
That was on in the first place, wasn't it?
That's the way it was in the first place when I left it.
All right.
It was on. And you released it when you put it down, and you pulled it up to secure the car again.
All right.
All right. So that's important to have the brake on, but it's only put on when it's stationary, when the car's stationary. The cables from this here go to only 2 wheels, and actually they lock the wheels, so that should only be done when it's stationary. This for the handbrake. Okay, any questions on that?
No, I'm just. I thought we were going to set ourselves up. So I have to set the handbrake up when I get in the car, do I?
No, we have to make sure the handbrake is on, because whenever you get in the car, you make sure the handbrake is on. So that's what we did there.
Everybody leaves the handbrake on when they get in the car, don't they?
Well, they think so, but sometimes they forget. So to play.
George, I'll just come out a roller here a minute to help you.
Yeah.
What does that say there?
DH. Doors.
Yeah. What does the H stand for?
Handbrake.
Right. So when I get in the car first, what am I checking the H for?
Handbrake.
Yeah, I know it's a handbrake,
yeah.
But what am I checking it for?
Why
am I checking the handbrakes on?
Well, to make sure that the car is secure.
Why does it need to be secure?
Otherwise, it might roll down the road.
It's possible it might roll down the road. Why?
Because there's nothing stopping the car from moving. The handbrake is the only thing that would stop it from moving.
Right. So when we were outside the car, the car didn't move, did it?
No.
So why is it likely to move now that we're both in the car?
It isn't. It isn't. I left it on. It didn't move when we were out. We got in.
The reason why we're checking the handbrake, I'll give you a bit of help with this.
Yeah.
We're checking the handbrake. It is up. I didn't need to release it to check it was up. All I need to do is to make sure it was up. Yeah. Because we're not going to go into the handbrake at this stage of the control system, are we?
Yeah.
We need to check it's up because we're both going to be moving around in the vehicle, and if we were on a slight incline up or down, there's a possibility with me moving around that if the handbrake's not applied properly, we could end up rolling down the hill. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, we go from there.
Okay. Now, so I'll tell you want to set up your seats. You want to set up your seat now. So the seat has got 3 different directions it can move, and we need to make sure that they're all set for you. The seat moves forward, it moves up, and the back moves back and forth. Okay, that allows it to go. So the first thing you do is get the seat the correct distance from the pedals, right? Or the floor, like there. So if you don't actually do it until I say, but put your hand down here. Don't put your hand. You'd want. Are you right-handed? Right-handed. If you put your left hand on there, you feel a bar. Just feel there. Okay. Don't move it yet. So that bar, when you pick it up, when you pull it up, will move the seat back and will allow the seat to move back and forth.
All right.
Yeah. To make sure it doesn't slide you about, you secure your position with your hand on the steering wheel, right hand on the steering wheel, probably at the top. You get a bit of leverage. And when the seat moves, you want it to move to such a point where your knee is flexed, a little bit flexed, say an angle like this, or is bent like this angle here. So if you put you use your left leg as well for this. If you put your foot just under the pedal on the left, see the foot pedal on the left there. You put your foot flat on the floor. That's it. Now your knee isn't bent enough like that. So what you do is bring your seat forward. Get your left hand, on that bar. Hold firm up with your right hand so you don't slide back. And you lift the bar.
Yeah, I've lifted it.
And then firmly bend your knee gently. Okay. And move your seat forward.
Oh, I've got to do I have to pull it forward?
Yes, that's it. Now release the bar and foot on the floor again. I think you're still not quite bent enough. Do you want to do that again? Just move it in another notch. Forward. Did you move?
Yeah.
All right. So feel that again. Put your foot down. Okay. It still feels you a bit far. Do that again and move the seat forward. Another notch.
If I go any further forward, I'm going to be sitting on the steering wheel, George.
Okay. So it's bent enough then. So the seat position is good. Seat position is fine.
I know my brother has a good way of checking it.
All right. How is that?
He puts his left foot down on that left pedal and presses it all the way down.
I don't. Yes. Okay. Well, that way. But when it goes all the way down, it does go to the floor. So I'm just asking you to put your foot on the floor, just where the pedal would be, so as we don't push the clutch at the minute. But anyway, we'll try that. Put your foot on the left pedal.
My left foot on the left pedal.
Yeah, and push it down. That it just feels as though you're still straining a bit. Or
yeah, that's fine.
all right, and just wiggle about. Make sure it's in. You don't lose that position of the seat.
Lose the position of the seat.
Well, it does go on a ratchet mechanism, and it might be on the point of the ratchet so that when you lean back, it sort of flicks back into position.
Yeah.
So give it a little wiggle first, so it seems secure. Now we can get the rake. You get the seat, the back of the seat forward or back. We position it so that when you put your hands out in front and rest them on the steering wheel, the steering wheel passes along here, over there, so it's over there.
I can get my hands right up here.
Indeed, but the position you'd want is for the steering wheel to be over there. So you put your hand there, and now lean back gently under the back of the seat.
I'll keep my back in the back seat.
Yeah, that's it. That looks about right. It looks right. I mean, you could go forward just a notch, but that looks fine. How do you feel? And now, when you put your hands on the steering wheel, put them firmly on. Okay, like that. Just put the thumbs around so you get a nice grip. 2 o'clock. 10 to 2 position. You want to do that? Yes. And you want a bit of slight bend in the elbow as well.
Yeah.
So that's comfortable.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. You need to feel comfortable when you're driving, because sometimes you have to drive a long way.
Yeah.
So that's good. When we use the steering wheel, I'll just mention when we use the steering wheel either way, we talk about movements in terms of minutes. So steering wheel like that, if you move it that way, so 10 minutes that way or 10 minutes that way. So that's a sort of way that we regard it as the face of a clock. But at the minute, we're just dealing with the steering wheel and getting you in position. So, steering. Have it. Seatbelt. Seatbelt. Would you like to show me how we did it earlier? With your left hand, you want to lean over with your left hand. Take the buckle. With your, have you got the buckle?
I'll take the buckle.
Oh yes, you take the buckle.
Yeah.
You did. So you've got the buckle there. Good. And with that's good position. Now with your left hand, you feed the buckle into the notch. That's it. And click down. Good. And with your right hand, you run your thumb under there from the buckle all the way up, so that you know there's no. Yeah.
Twist it.
Yes, it's certainly you did leave a little twist in there, but that should clear it. Okay. Grand. Okay, that's it.
It doesn't matter about it being twisted here.
Oh, it would matter as well, because you check on that. It's got to make sure there's no twisting, because the damage will come wherever the twist is. If you have to brake suddenly.
So I run my thumb around this.
That one as well. Yes, that one as well. Okay, and then now the law about seat belts is that we need to wear seat belts if they're in place. Certainly in the front seat. Front seats, seat belts are always in place, and by law you have to use seat belts. Now we've got seat belts in the back, so they must be used, and we have responsibility, legal responsibility. You do anyway as a driver, to make sure that seat belts are being worn by people 14 years old and under. Right, so that's your responsibility. So if you've got anyone in the car who's 14 or under, it's your responsibility to make sure they've got the seatbelt on.
Right.
Anyone over that age is legally responsible for their own seatbelts.
Yeah, so they can wear them, or they don't have to wear them, yeah?
No, we've got another responsibility as a driver. That is, you have a sort of moral responsibility to make sure that everyone in the car is using their seatbelt. Because, well, they might be quite happily sat there, drunk, or having had a few pints. They may just forget it or say, no, we don't need it. But as the driver, you have that responsibility to make sure that they do put it on.
George, you've obviously never met any of my friends. They're bad enough sober, but when they're drunk, they're just absolutely a right handful. If I tell them to put the seatbelts on, they're just going to clip me around the ear hole, because they're all bigger than me.
All right. Well, you've got to do the best you can. Okay. It's when you can't make them put them on, but there is a sort of responsibility from that angle as well. So that's the seat belts. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay.
So my mates, when they sit in the back, if they get killed, they get killed, yeah?
Well, what can you do? I mean, Tony, if they're in the back, you can't make them, but you can ask them not to.
If they're in the back, I'll make sure to sit your side, yeah?
Well, what do you normally do when they're in the back then?
Well, I just really get frightened every time I see that advert.